A young man, in search of hidden gold at home, crazily bangs his head against the wall every day. His parents think he has a problem, and his creditors believe he is pretending to be crazy to avoid debt. Just when everyone is waiting to see him make a fool of himself, he unexpectedly slips and crashes into the dining table, which then hits the wall. The next moment, the ceiling suddenly cracks open, dropping dozens of gold bars. Wow, gold bars! It turns out the young man has been unlucky since childhood, drinking cold water and eating instant noodles without seasoning. His hard-won girlfriend eventually ran off with his friend. Not wanting to drag anyone down, he jumped off the rooftop, but unexpectedly landed on a bystander watching the commotion. Seeing the other party nearly crushed by him, the young man can't help but lament his bad luck. Not only did he not die, but now he has to pay for the medical expenses. To his surprise, the enforcement team suddenly finds him, saying that the person he knocked down is a wanted criminal. He not only doesn't have to pay, but also receives a reward of 20,000 yuan. The young man is overjoyed. He never expected his luck to turn around. Could this all be related to the beggar he encountered? An hour ago, he met a beggar who saw his bad luck and offered to help him for 100 yuan. In a hurry to jump off the building, he gave all his money to the beggar, who told him that he would definitely turn his luck around. And the more unfortunate he was, the luckier he would become. The young man thought the beggar was talking nonsense. But now it seems the beggar was right. To test his luck, the young man immediately runs to the sidewalk to dance. Unexpectedly, a car suddenly comes speeding and knocks him 3.5 times. Fortunately, he only suffers minor injuries due to his tough skin. The enforcement team calls both parties in for mediation. Looking at the aggressive female driver, the young man insists that she should apologize. However, the driver insists she is not at fault. She would rather pay than apologize, and before the team members can speak, she raises the compensation amount to 40,000 yuan. The young man eagerly agrees, realizing that this is how his luck works. He has to be unlucky first, before he can turn it around. After getting the money, he happily returns home. Today, coincidentally, his sister and brother-in-law come to visit. His mother worries that the young man's bad luck will infect his sister, so she arranges a special meal for him. The young man quickly explains that he has turned his luck around and shares what happened today. Although his mother is skeptical, for the sake of his sister and brother-in-law, she allows him to sit at the main table. But just as he sits down, his chair suddenly breaks under him, causing all the food his mother prepared to fall onto the table. His mother can't help but scold him for being a jinx. Anyone who gets close to him is bound to have bad luck. The family, helpless, has to eat instant noodles. During dinner, his mother casually asks why his sister didn't bring her child along. Just as his sister looks troubled, a group of creditors suddenly barges into the house. It turns out that a month ago, his sister's daughter was diagnosed with a heart condition. Not wanting to worry their parents, his sister borrowed 500,000 yuan at high interest from her brother-in-law. Now, a month later, the debt has ballooned to 1 million yuan. The creditors have come to collect the debt, and just as his sister is about to be taken away, the young man rushes over to stop them, saying he will pay the 1 million yuan for his sister. His parents quickly advise him not to be foolish, asking where he would get that kind of money. But the young man is confident. He just earned 40,000 yuan from getting hit by a car. If he gets hurt worse, wouldn't he make even more? Thinking this, the young man starts banging his head against the wall like crazy. But after a long time, there is no reaction around him. The creditors believe he is pretending to be crazy, and with a command, they prepare to take him away. In a panic, the young man slips and crashes into the dining table, which hits the wall. With a loud bang, the ceiling suddenly cracks open, and before the young man can react, dozens of gold bars fall from above. Wow, gold bars!